Hello, everybody, and welcome back to my channel. I'm going to introduce you to somebody else who's part of my team. She makes me look good, three times a week with the pictures. Also, she is a big inspiration to me because she has like 117 jobs. She hangs drywall. She will
Really?
build your house. She,
We not doing
okay,
this.
Shalene. All right. This is Chalena. Go ahead and introduce yourself and literally tell them everything that you do because it's at least 4 or 5 companies that you're building currently,
Yes,
right?
yes, about around that number. If not, yeah, around that number. But hello, everybody. My name is Chalena. I'm actually the owner of Radiance by Chalena Beauty Studio, located in Valparaiso, Indiana. That's one job. Um, also, I am at that location, I am a body contouring tech, non-surgical lipo tech, to be precise. And I'm also I'm a registered medical assistant. I am also a licensed cosmetologist. That's job number 3. And I also do social media content for, a boss man over here, Mr. Mark. So that's all my jobs for now.
Don't you also do hair?
Yeah, cosmetology.
See, that's 5. And then I've seen your pictures. So you model. That's 6. I know you do something else. I just can't remember what it is.
Yeah, I guess you could say model because I mean I am. Yeah, you could say that. We could just go ahead and throw that in there. So job number 5 or 6.
Okay. So my first question is usually why did you start your business? But why did you start like building businesses? Let me start with that. Like which one started? And then why did you like the itch to start building businesses? Because this series is about helping people start because it is scary. I will attest to that. It is scary.
It's very, very, very scary. Well, when I first started, like just this whole branding myself, I started with just makeup. I was only doing makeup, and that was it. It was pretty harsh. It wasn't the best, but I know that I've always wanted to be in the beauty industry as well as the health industry. So I started with makeup I want to say about 5 years ago. And I did that for about a year. And then I got really good at it. I just worked and worked at it. And mind you guys, I was working as a medical assistant as well. So when I was doing makeup, I mainly was just trying to learn how to just do it. And then I had people who would volunteer for me to do their face and things like that. I did get a couple of gigs. I booked a wedding back when I first was starting out. So it was pretty slow, but my main objective was just to build my craft. And that was where I knew I needed to start because of course I want to do other people's makeup, but I definitely want to do my own makeup and, become my own beauty brand one day. So, and mainly the reason why I started with that was because I really like enjoy just like, it's going to sound cheesy, but I like beautiful things, I guess you could say. But I like to like make things like just turn something into something beautiful, like enhance things, if that makes sense. Which makeup is all about enhancing your beauty. So it was just the fact that I could turn this canvas into something completely different and they could feel so amazing about themselves. That was what I love the most, as well as it's the same thing when it comes to the medical industry, just helping people and making them feel better and feel good about themselves. So I then decided to let go of medical assistant for a while, and I jumped into cosmetology school, which took about a year and a half. And I learned a whole lot with that. It was just a lot of different things I didn't know, and it enhanced my makeup career even more. So yeah, I jumped into cosmetology school. Once I completed that, I did work at a couple of places, but it just wasn't my thing. Again, I wanted to do my own thing, my own company, and granted, it's a lot of work and it takes a lot of time, and my building isn't over. You still got to just work at it and just keep chipping away. But I then decided I'm just going to branch off and I'm going to do hair on my own and makeup on my own, which they tell you out of beauty school, that's the wrong thing to do. They tell you to go straight into a salon, go straight into some type of work and just learn. But I was like, nah, I think I'm ready. I'm just going to jump out here and do it, because that's kind of the only way you know how to, if, you actually can do it. You have to just jump in it and just do it, if that makes sense. If I'm speaking too much, definitely stop me, Mr. Boss Man, okay? Okay.
Sorry, no, this is about you.
Okay.
This is about you.
Okay.
So keep going.
Cool beans. So now I'm getting all comfortable. So I went from that to just jumping in and just like, hey, I'm going to do my own thing with no clientele, no nothing, just nothing. And so when I first started out, I didn't have clients. I just had friends who decided, hey, I'll let you do my hair for the pictures here and there. So I did a lot of things for free, mainly because my goal, again, was to build my craft, just build my skills up and just get better and better at it every day. And that's what I did. Eventually, actually, I would say recently is when, because actually, I can have to rewind a little bit. Throughout this whole entire time, when I first went into makeup, I was not the person that you see here. I was about 200 pounds heavier, almost 200 pounds heavier. I had no confidence. I had no self-esteem. I didn't feel good about myself, none of those things. And I was very unhealthy. So throughout this journey, since I started with just makeup, I also was working on my self-image. So I was working on my weight. I was working on getting it down and just getting fit and working on, my overall health so I can feel good about myself. And so over this time, all the way up until today and through school, I was just losing weight and just really working at things. So when I was doing hair and doing things for free, eventually it turned into, I actually started building clientele and people started inquiring about me. And it was just all about networking, all about just putting yourself out there. So it just took some time, but I would say it took about a few months before I started getting paying clients who were coming to me. And again, just building. I was adding on things, got a shampoo station, I was building up my products. I was just always looking for something to enhance my craft. And when I say just looking for different things, it was about just building every day, even if it was small. Even if it was something tiny, like as long as you putting something into just building your craft and building your brand, that's all that counts, because those little things, they add up to milestones, like if you was to stalk my Instagram way back in the day, you would not recognize who that person is then and who I am now. It's just all about building yourself. So eventually, like I said, I was doing the whole health thing and then, losing weight, and I end up deciding to, at first I was going to do surgery. I'm gonna be honest. I was like, I'm just gonna get surgery. I have these little extra flab because, when you so big and you lose all that weight, it's like, oh, it's a little saggy here and there. I don't like that. I'm gonna do something about that, right? But I was told about body contouring and I was like, what is that? So I looked into it, I read about it, and then I actually said, you know what? I just need to go somewhere and try it out and see what this is about, because I don't believe it. So I went and got a couple treatments done in Chicago, and the results that I saw was amazing. I was like, oh, this is for real. And why is this not in Indiana? So I was like, what better way than to just open up my own spot in Indiana and bring it here? It's in the major cities, but you don't hear about it in other areas, like the surrounding areas. So that's when I decided I want to open up a studio here. And then I eventually was like, because I had it, the first name was Body Studio, because it was just only going to focus on the body and things like that. But I was like, no, I'm more than just, the body contouring tech, which I had to go to school for. Another one of those little things I was doing. And I was like, you know what? I'm not going to just make it a body studio. I'm going to make it a beauty studio, because like I said, originally, my goal was to have a brand that was based off of just enhancing who you are and making you the best you, whether it's your makeup, whether it's your hair, whether it's your body goals, whatever it is. I wanted to be able to like have that available for anybody, male or female, who wanted to come to me like, look, I feel this way, I feel that way, and I just want to work on these areas. And I know that whichever area that is, I'm able to help you do that. So I was like, I just ended up changing the name to Radiance by Chalena Beauty Studio. And I do makeup there. We do mainly body contouring there. I'm always on Instagram. I'm always on Snapchat, just showing different like foods and things like that. I've also mainly on TikTok where, I try to have like lives where I talk to different people and, what's your goals today? What's your goals next week? What you doing this weekend? Are we turning up? Whatever it is, anything just to talk about being positive and being the best you. That is what Radiance about Chalena is all about. So I feel like I just talked your ear off, but I'm gonna go ahead and shut up.
No, that's an excellent introduction. I want to bring something up that you said. You might not even know that you said it. You literally said, I went to school for this. I went to school for this. I looked into this. I did research. If you don't, what is it? It's some saying about failing to plan, planning to fail. I cannot remember what it is right now because I'm going, but people, you have to research. Know your market, know your client, know your area, because when I go to Chalena's page, and I did stalk your Instagram, I went way back. You see the climb, you see what you're becoming today and you can almost see what you're going to become because you see it's a slow build and everybody wants their business to start and just take off right now. Like I start on Monday, Wednesday, I need clients next week. Then I'm going to be up and running and I'm going to do all this stuff. Talk a little bit about the research because you said you went to school at least 3 times. I think what I just heard you say for 3 of your different positions. Like you researched, you did everything. Don't just open something, do the background. So talk a little bit about that.
Yes. I didn't it's not for most people, but at least for me, I didn't have a lot of resources. I ain't even gonna say a lot. I didn't have no resources. So I knew I wanted this certain brand. I knew that I wanted this certain company or whatever, but how am I going to get there? There's a lot that goes into that, and being someone who never owned a business before, never been into it. I didn't know anything. And I didn't have anyone say, hey, how you do this, how you do that. I just learned from experience and working different places and just observing and things like that. But the main thing I researched. When it came to makeup, I just researched different things. I went to school 4 times. Now I think about it, because I had got a makeup certificate because I was like, I need to learn color because I didn't know nothing about complementary colors and all that. I just know colors with colors, So I researched just different things like, it's like, for example, with makeup, what eyeshadows go together, and then what are complementary colors, what is this, what is that, like what are foundation brushes, what are sponges, like what is foundation, like what is loose powder, like what are all these things. I just researched, and I would take hours out of my day just reading and reading and reading. And then of course, upon researching, you find out other things like different resources, like the fact that I did an online course for makeup artistry. And, I ended up finding out about, I remember working at Northwestern, and one of my patients, she actually was getting into makeup too. And she had told me about this, they do it yearly. It's called I can't remember exactly the name. It's like a beauty expo thing that America's Beauty Show that they have every year. And they all have it in big cities. And she told me about that. And me, back then, I was very insecure, very nervous. I was very awkward around people. And I decided, I was like, you know what? I'm going to buy a ticket and I'm just going to go. And that ticket, of course, wasn't cheap. But I was like, no, I want to do it because I want to push myself out there and see what happens. I did it. Of course, my makeup was nowhere close to what I saw there. And I was like, oh my God, I was very intimidated. But the fact that, you know, she told me the name, I researched it, I found out what it was. I looked and see, okay, what kind of brands are there? What kind of opportunities? And it's a lot of opportunities there. But if I never would have just took the time to figure out what is makeup, just something as simple as that, my mind wouldn't have expanded. When it comes to research, it helps your mind expand and become open to other areas that you probably never even knew of. You know, like I didn't know about the beauty show, but I knew I wanted to do makeup. But me researching and she ended up telling me about it because I was like, hey, I'm doing makeup. She's like, have you heard of the beauty show? I'm like, no. And then she told me about it. I researched that. I'm like, oh, well, this could be a plus. And it helped. It helped a lot, and because of researching that is when I found out that I actually have to be a professional to attend there. So I was like, let me find a place where I can actually get my certificate so I can go. And that's how I end up falling into finding out about the online course for makeup artistry. So research is important, like, especially if you are like me or you're starting out like me and you just have no idea where to start, where to go. Research whatever it is. And it could be the smallest little topic to the biggest topic. It's important, especially when you don't have a lot of resources, but it helps build your craft. It helps you become more knowledgeable and you just learn more that way. So
Definitely. Let me this is gonna be a hard one for you. I'm not even gonna lie to you because you do so
no.
much. And that's the other thing. You're a photographer.
Oh yeah.
That's your other job, remember? Because I have to come to Chicago and get some pictures taken. I have not forgotten, but that was the one I could not put my finger on. You are a photographer.
I
Okay,
forgot.
so
Wow. I am a photographer. Mm-hmm.
and did you learn? Like, what would you tell yourself when you first started that you now know today? Like, what's one of the biggest lessons?
The biggest lesson I would tell myself back then is don't stress too much about the criticism, the negative criticism, I guess I could say. I'm definitely in a different position now because it's like, okay, I know how to take it in. But when you're starting out, especially when you have like those issues, those self-esteem issues, because I did, so I get it. When you get the negative feedback, you don't overstress it. Just don't overthink it. Just take it in and just know that you can learn from it. And don't just get so quick to be upset about it, Not saying that I was, but knowing what I know now, like that helps growth. If you could take anything negative and just soak it in like a sponge and learn your lesson.
Okay,
Just
very
sip it.
good.
Just sip it.
So most companies, and I'm not saying you do. I've never asked you this question.
Mm-hmm.
Was there a time that you were getting ready to quit? And
Ooh.
if you did, why didn't you? I have several times. I'm not going to lie, several times. So tell me a story about a time you was getting ready to quit and what helped you keep going. Like what pushed you to keep going?
I wanted to quit 1,000 times. Like almost, it felt like it was like on a regular basis. Like, I'm done. This is stupid. Why am I doing this? I'm just gonna get a job and it'll be fine. But if I could think of one in particular, I don't know, because I've had moments, like hella moments, where I was just like, this is stupid. I'm like, why are we doing this? Like, Chalena, we're not doing it. But if I had to think of something specifically, I would say, around the time when I was wanting to open up my beauty studio. I wanted to quit so bad. And it was not just like a day of thinking about that or 2 days. It was like a long period, like for months. I was like, this is stupid. Why are you doing this? Why are you doing this? Because it made me nervous. It was the first time I was actually opening up my own space. And not only that, as much as we like to say, keep your personal life personal and your business life business, that's easier said than done, because I was going through a whole bunch of stuff behind the scenes that really made me want to just quit. Like I was trying to open this studio. My mom was sick, very sick, and I had personal marital issues, And it got to the point where it just, nothing was getting better. And things just started happening left to right. My mom ended up passing. You know, I had issues going on with the marriage. And on top of that, you're trying to open up this whole business and still keep your clients as well as, you know, work. It was a lot. And I just told myself, like, this is dumb. Like, you need to just pack it up. Don't open the studio. Focus on just working. But I remember what stopped me was, I remember when I first told my mom about the studio, and I found a spot for it. And I was so excited. She wasn't able to come, but I was able to say, like, we did like a video call or something like that. And I like was just showing her around, like, okay, look at this spot. And oh my God, look at this. And oh wait, look at this, that. And then we're gonna paint the wall, we're gonna do this. And she was so happy. Like, my mom was my biggest supporter. She was so happy. She was like, that's my baby. You better, she's like, you got this, girl. I know you got this. And whatever you need, you let me and your stepdaddy know, and we gonna help you. Like, my mama she was my number one supporter. And I just remember when I showed her that, how happy she was. Like, she was so proud of me. And I was like, okay, I gotta just push through it. Even when all that happened and I lost her and everything, that's the main that, I ain't trying to get emotional here, but that was what kept me going, was the fact that I wanted to keep it open, because my mom was so happy. And she just kept telling me that it's going to work out. You got this. It's going to work out, all the way up until she was gone. So she was my motivation.
Okay.
Oh, we're not going to do this though. We're not going to do this. Okay.
Okay. Let's go to the next question.
Yes, let's do that.
What does your team look like?
Me. Here she is. That's it.
That is so important for people to understand. Like, everybody thinks, oh, I have all these. No, you don't. Secretary, idea person, finance. Like, if you go through those big departments in your company, for 99% of small businesses, they are you.
Yes.
So you just have to find it in you to, like you said, do the research, have faith in yourself. There is a faith that comes in, or the self-doubt creeps in. All of that stuff does creep in. Like you said, I want to quit. This is stupid. Should I just keep working for somebody else?
Yes.
You have to, there are times where it's just you, and you have to be your own cheerleader at those points. Trust me. Yeah. I've had many.
Yeah, like, I tried.
Okay.
Oh, sorry.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
I tried, like, hiring certain people and working with certain people, and it just never worked out. So it's just always been me, and I'm my team. Like, it's people, you know, like you said, look from the outside in, like, oh, they got this whole team, they got this, they got that, they're fine. No, that takes work, baby. And when I mean work, you're literally doing everything, like everything. So I just want
we make it look easy. We definitely make it look easy, but it's so much harder than what it is.
It really is.
Your studio, what's the address of your studio? What's the address?
Oh, the address is 257 Indiana Avenue, Suite D7, Valparaiso, Indiana. I don't think I need to give you a zip code though, right? You don't need the zip code, right?
No, you're fine. I just want people to be able to find you. Where can we find you on social media?
Okay, so on my Instagram, you can find me at Radiance by Chalena. It's just Radiance by Chalena, I believe it's on. Yeah, just Radiance by Chalena. And then my website is radiancebyshalena.com.
Okay, where can we find you on TikTok?
Oh, yeah, my TikTok. The other job I keep forgetting about, right? So TikTok is Radiance by Chalena as well. So Radiance by Chalena on Instagram, Radiance by Chalena on TikTok, and radiancebyshalena.com on my website.
Perfect. Is there anything you want the people to know before we get off? Because this was an excellent interview, by the way. Thank you so much. But is there anything you want people to know about your business or businesses?
Well, honestly, I mean, definitely come support. So, I mean, you can always come by if you have questions on what is body contouring. If I didn't elaborate enough, I do have a fact sheet that's on my website, or you can shoot me an email, which is also attached to the website. And I'm open to answer any questions. I do also do free consultations at the time. So if you're like, oh, I heard about that and I want to get snatched, so how can I book an appointment? Just go to my website, radiance.com, and you can book your appointment there. It's called consultation, so you'll be able to book it.
Perfect. Thank you so much. You did an excellent job. Thank you so much. It was really good getting to know a little bit more about your business, because we know each other, but I didn't know all of the story about your business, because I use the photography and the social media, but I don't use everything else. So I know you had some businesses going on. So definitely get in contact with this lady if you have weddings coming up, anything coming up that you need to feel better about yourself, makeup, hair. Again, if you want body contouring, definitely look at her social media. By the way, it's hilarious. And if you follow her on TikTok, which I'm going to push her back to doing, she does like motivations in the morning, like keeping your energy, things of that nature. And they're really good. So please follow her, and you will be very entertained with her social media. I definitely will tell you that.
I'll keep you entertained, honey. I got you.
All right. Thank you so much, Chalena. We'll see you guys later. Bye.
Bye.